Tormented Souls, a quick review by Dabura911, featuring Violet, which is definitely not a lady's name. I'm serious, get it confused and I'll rip out your f***ing spinal cord.
So I just finished playing Tormented Souls, and I think I got it done in 4 streams. 4 streams. So 4, 8, 12, roughly 12 hours. Probably a bit more, maybe 13 hours or so. I think it even said up at the end screen, roughly 13 to 14 hours. And that was me taking my time, having a lot of mess-ups, and me having to look up a couple things, because I'm not exactly the best with puzzles, as people know. But I was able to get some, and after playing it with some fans watching and all that, we were able to put our heads together and work stuff out together. And overall, I liked the game. I think what I've been hearing about it is true. That it's a nice little tasty comeback in regards to a lot of the classic horror survival games like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, that kind of stuff. It really did scream Resident Evil to me in particular. I haven't played Silent Hill and those kinds of ones, but I feel like it's within that area, it's within that genre. Because it had some interesting concepts, such as going back in time, or altering reality, and stuff playing with your mind, and who can you trust, who can you not trust. And the story isn't necessarily groundbreaking, but it's enough to keep you interested. It's essentially you, and you get sent this picture about these 2 girls. Sorry, and it's just of these 2 girls. And it's got this menacing message on it. And ever since then, you keep getting these terrible, terrible nightmares. And eventually, you end up tracking down where this photograph came from. Like who sent this to you and where it came from. And long story short, you work out who you are, who these little girls are, why you're there. And not to mention, it's not a spoiler because it happens right out of the gate. You literally are knocked out, and you wake up with a fucking missing eye. Which was really surprising to me. Just right out of the gate, they disfigure you. And I was trying to piece together, like, why would they take your eye? Why would they not kill you? Why not this? Why not that? And I feel like a few things in the story you could poke some holes in, but it's not that bad. I think overall the story is okay. It did what it needed to do. I did think that there were some cute little interesting twists. Some of them you could kind of see a mile away, and then others was like, alright, that's interesting. They had a neat, kind of like a red herring, 50-50, kind of like a red herring as well, and if you end up going back to check on said red herring, then you can get the best ending. And I also like that too. There was multiple endings, and it's not that bad if you end up playing through the game and you've made separate saves, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't get the best ending, let me go back. It was actually quite simple for me to do that. Getting the worst ending, you might have accidentally mucked up on that, if you want to go back and do that, but in saying that, why would you want the worst ending unless you're a completionist? But in saying that, I think if you knew what you were doing in this game, you could probably speedrun it quite fast. I actually missed the most powerful weapon in the game. I didn't get it. It was like an electrical lance gun, something like that. I had like 20, 30 fucking charges, and I never ended up using it. But I think that was actually a blessing in disguise, because I ended up playing it, again, like Resident Evil, because you essentially have the equivalent of a pistol and a shotgun, and then you get this lance thing, I'm assuming. I never used it, but it looked like some kind of a one-hit thing, or a really strong weapon. But because I didn't have that, I was running short on ammo. This game does not have a difficulty setting. You just kind of play it. And I felt like because I didn't have that lance, I was basically playing it on hard mode, or a fairly hard mode, just because I didn't have the most powerful gun. And I thought that was interesting. It obviously aggravated me a little bit in certain areas, because I'm like, shit, because you have to dodge and get around things, which is actually neat, by the way. They had a dodge mechanic, which I like that, because they make you move with tank controls. Again, like Resident Evil and stuff like that, which takes some getting used to, but it's alright. Some of the hit detections were weird. I remember one dude hit me through a wall with a projectile, and it wasn't like, oh, you know, a little clip at the end. No. It was literally on the other side of whoop whoop, going through a wall. There were some other bugs, like the camera was shaking and jittering all over the place, and clearly not what it's supposed to be doing. Sometimes the screen would go completely black, and it was not supposed to be going black. Other little things, but it wasn't enough to break the game. It broke immersion a little bit, but it didn't break the game. And, I don't know if I wrote anything too terrible about it or anything. Attacking through the walls, mild bugs. Oh, yes, I did mention how, the puzzles, how some of them were confusing. Some of them, for the life of me, I have no idea how you are supposed to understand some of those puzzles. I remember the very first puzzle of the game, again, with your eye, how your eye is removed. You are locked in this room, and they give you a couple items to inspect and try to get out of the room. And I swear to God, I did not know how to get out of that room, and my friend helped me. And I asked him, how did you figure it out? How did you figure out the puzzle? I couldn't figure it out. And he's like, I couldn't figure it out, man. I just looked it up and told you. There's no way you wouldn't be able to figure that out. And I'm like, really? It's like, yeah, you had to, like... I don't want to spoil it necessarily in case people want to try and work it out themselves. But, like, you had to do a whole bunch of little things. And that's fair enough. But I just thought it was a bit much right out of the gate. I felt like, you know, people should maybe be eased into it. This, to me, is not necessarily newbie friendly. And by newbie friendly, I mean people who are new to survival, horror kind of games. Like, if you've never played one before, I'd be a little hesitant for you to play something like this. It's not a bad game, it's just... This isn't baby's first survival horror game. Survival horror puzzle game. But if you've got a friend with you, if you don't mind looking something up if you're stuck, then alright, have fun, no worries. Now, anything else that I haven't mentioned, or anything that I thought that was really nice? I liked the voice acting. I thought the voice acting was pretty good. I thought that some of the lines were a little flat, but it wasn't terrible. I liked the main character. I like the look of him. I like their style. I like the way that they sound. I like the villain. And as far as I know, I don't think there really is any other voice acting. It's just aside from enemy groaning and all that. Some of the enemy sound effects are pretty cringy, but that's okay. That's fine. That's not too big. I did like the interesting mechanic, though, how they basically have ink ribbons. It's not ink ribbons, but it's basically ink ribbons, and that's how you save in this game, which is kind of cute little nod. But when you save, when you put the film in, and you basically I forget what it's called. It's like a big 7-inch film player, a recorder, and you can record stuff. And if you progress enough in the game, she'll actually start to recap and verbally speak, hey, I did this, and this is what happened, and gosh, I hope I can solve whatever's going on in this house. And it was small, but it was cute, and I liked it. But the problem is that they didn't do enough of it. And sometimes, if you progress too far, a lot of the stuff that she would say is dated, and it'd be contradictory. I can't say it because it's spoilery, but... yeah, I just wish they added a bit more to it. because it was a neat little idea, but I just feel like they kind of half-assed it a little bit. I liked it. Not saying it's bad. It's just I wish I had more. I mean that as a compliment. I liked it and I want more. Should you buy it? Should you play this? If I am correct, let me double check just to be certain. I believe this game is around 30 Australian dollars. It is 28.95. So let's just say 30 Aussie dollars. So I'm assuming that would be maybe roughly 15 American dollars, something like that. I don't know. Something like that, yeah. Now, me personally, this is me personally, okay? I am not a huge fan of survival horror puzzle games, so I myself would not purchase this at full price. However, I would definitely purchase this on sale. This is a very good survival horror game. If for whatever reason I did purchase this at full price, I would not feel burnt. I would not feel like I got ripped off. I would not feel like, oh god, that was highway robbery or something. It's a good game. It is a very nice game. There's nothing abhorrently wrong with it. I wouldn't say that there is anything absolutely amazing about it, but it doesn't really mess anything up, neither. It doesn't mess anything up badly. I think it's a very good, solid survival horror game. If you've played your Resident Evils and your Silent Hills and you want more, play this. If you really like those games, and if you really like puzzle ones with puzzles in particular, you'll probably like this and you probably won't regret picking this up. I'd advise you might as well just wait for a sale, even if it's a simple sale, like 5-10% off. Grab it, if that's the case. Go get it. And then you can use my Green Man Gaming affiliate link or my Humble Bundle affiliate. Okay, alright, I'm gonna shut up. But it's good. I would strongly recommend picking this up on a sale. Otherwise, if you like this genre, then you probably won't regret paying full price. This game has been kicking up a very big community recently as well. And even the developers and all that have been thanking everyone and saying that they are going to continue updating the game. I did actually notice that they did stick to their guns, and they have been updating it. They did a recent update where, I think it was in Resident Evil 2, where if you open your map, it will glow where you are on the map, and basically just visibly show you. That wasn't in the original game, and I noticed that they popped that in. So they have been tweaking things, and are planning on doing other little things as far as I know. But I'm just looking now real quick. Fixed glitch that makes spitters invincible if they get up after being knocked down. So they're even trying to work on glitches and bugs and stuff like that too. So hopefully what I've mentioned as well in regards to bugs will get fixed, or what I experienced will get looked into as well. But overall, it's good. The developers seem to care. There's a strong fan base for it, and I think it's worth it. As mentioned, I wasn't a huge fan of the puzzles part of this game, but I liked the game. I thought it was neat. I'll probably come back and see if I can get the worst ending. Maybe even see if I can get that lance gun, just to see how it is. But overall, yeah, no, I liked it. I think I've babbled enough. But no, I very much liked this game. Thank you to the creators of this game for giving me a review copy. As mentioned, this is a review copy, but I didn't have to say whether this game was great or not. I could say it was shit, like I have with some of the others. But thank you, Dual Effect, Abstract Digital, P-Cube Limited. Thank you very much. Very good game. And I'm off now. I'm off to play more Tormented Souls or dick around with the next thing. Thank you, peeps. Thank you, everyone. Have a good one. Ta-ta.
Thank you very much for watching my stupid content. Thank you very much as well to my beautiful patrons. If you want to join them, links in the description. If you're purchasing any games, feel free to purchase them using my Green Man Gaming affiliate link or my Humble Bundle affiliate link. I am still also streaming at 10 AM Sydney Australian time, unless I'm sick, busy or dead, and 10 PM at Sydney Australian time. We still have my Discord gaming sessions going on every Saturday and Sunday, 10 AM Sydney Australian time. I also have a code for a stupid wristwatch if you care to partake. That's it! Have a nice day, you beautiful specimens!
I keep telling people every day, every hour of every minute that my name is Violet and it has nothing to do with a lady's name. Every capable human being who is a male should be called Violet because it's a very masculine name and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. My cousin Herbert's family decided to make it called Violet, and